Good morning everybody. So today I'm going to show you what I did with my dad's couch. It was really daggy. It had big torn holes in it. Nobody wanted to sit on it, and the flowers on it were so yucky. It just clashed with everything in the room, with all the clutter he had in there. Don't let my dad see this video. Anyway, as we all are, I was on lockdown. I didn't have access to any paint, no materials, nothing, and I thought this is going to be a really good challenge for my creativity. So I went into the garage and I found an old can of Porter's paint, which would have been probably 25-30 years old, and it was still wet and it was purple. So I mixed in things from my acrylic paint box, you know, red, blue, yellow, lots of yellow, and I got 3 different shades of brown, which I will show you on the screen. And I just got a big brush that I had ruined from my scruffy painting, sort of had an end like that. I know you can buy them all like a shabby brush or a Annie Sloan brush. Couldn't get one, didn't have the money for one anyway, so I just used this to paint the couch, and I started, which I'll show you, I painted an overall base coat of white because I was worried about having enough paint. I wouldn't do this if I had enough paint. I'd do it all in the laser brown, but I used white because I had some old white left over from the bathroom renovation, and I mixed it all with half fabric softener and half paint. What was great about this is it made the paint go twice as far. It smelt nice, and it certainly felt pretty good. So I painted first of all with one layer of white, just to try and get rid of the very bold flower pattern. And I had an old tablecloth of my dad's, which I've actually been trying to get rid of for a long time. It's really dated. It's pretty patterns, but it just doesn't work anymore, I don't think, in his space. So I asked if I could have that, and I cut it up into circular pieces. And I had some old Mod Podge in my studio, which I'd used to restore another piece of furniture and put lace around the drawers. And I Mod Podged over the big tears and the rips. I Mod Podged these patches of lace tablecloth over the top. So once I'd done that, I then started to paint overall the whole thing with just one layer of the medium brown colour, just again to try and get some coverage. I then very lightly sanded it with the lightest sandpaper I could get, very lightly sanded over the whole thing. This took me a whole day, and unless you've got nothing to do, I actually wouldn't recommend this project. It was a big project. So then the second coat, I used the dark brown, and I painted the darkest brown around the edges and where the creases were in the leather to give it an aged look, and I blended in the medium brown colour around that, which did take a long time, and it was very hard to get rid of the brush strokes. I think because, you know, I probably wasn't using the best paint possible for that job. So after I'd done the second coat, I then did a third coat with a repeat, the dark brown and the medium brown in the middle, but then I just highlighted it with the lighter shade one up, just to give it that aged, distressed leather look. And I put, as I was doing it, I have to mention I did spray, especially on the first level, I sprayed lots of water over the couch. So I had spray gun, spray the couch, rub the water in, and then paint the paint over the top, which helped the first layers of paint to seep into the material on the couch. what happened was, by the time I got to the second and the third count, I didn't need much water at all. It would just go on nicely on its own, and I could spread it out evenly and get it pretty well blended. So I let that dry for a few days. It probably didn't need to dry for a few days, but I had to wait. For I actually did make one purchase. I bought some Annie Sloan wax, and I thought if I didn't use the wax, what might happen was someone might come over with their white pants. They shouldn't wear white pants anyway. White pants and get a brown bottom off the couch, which, you know, wouldn't be the best for Auntie Jan. Anyway, I rubbed the wax into the couch and let that sit for a night, overnight, and then the next day I just lightly buffed it off. And now if you put some drop some water on it, it beads up over the top, so it's really sealed the couch, and it has actually made it a little bit softer. So it for a project that really the only thing I had to buy to restore this couch was the Annie Sloan wax, which was $30 delivered to my door. And I only used like the first little bit, and I will use that on other projects, so it was well worth the money. And I think my fabric softener cost $2 in my Woolworths online delivery. So here it is. I really love it. It's actually really comfortable. It feels a little bit more like vinyl than leather. But you can see it's pretty good. It's not cracking. We'll see how it holds up, but for something that was going to get thrown in the bin, I think great. It didn't really cost anything. It's something else we can all sit on. So when you come over to visit and you stay in the beautiful apartment I've made upstairs for you, when this pandemic is over, we can all come down and sit on the couch and have margaritas. Bye.